welcome back. Now, in our last video, we talked about the duty and payments when purchasing fishing tackle from Japan, and a few tips that could help you save money. Now, from the comments I saw, some pretty crazy stories. Now, one audience says, now he bought a $570 worth of a Shimano Kakuta Conquest DC from Japan, but he was assessed a $270 tariff, which was about 50% by DHL. Now, the other audience bought $1,000 worth of lures from Japan and was hit by more than $500 tariff. Now, these numbers are simply crazy. Now, Japan is a country in the bracket of 15% tariff. So I really wonder if some of the carriers are actually outsourcing their importation service to a third party, and these crazy numbers were actually charged by those third parties. Nevertheless, now these comments reassure the necessity of today's video. Now, I want to turn today's video into a hands-on guide or tool for you guys about ordering tackle from all the major Japanese websites. So when you're about to order from Japan yourself, you can click open today's video and go to the section of the specific website and then check out the attention points we talk about. So in the next 20 minutes or so, I'll compare a few of the most popular Japanese online tackle shops in detail, and I'll share the traits of each of those sites and the differences in terms of the shipping cost, the duty payment, overall service, and the general price range, etc. Now, before we start today, really quick, let's go over a proverb said once by a very, very smart man. Now, money cannot buy happiness, but it can buy a lot of fishing gears, which is basically the same thing. DigiTaka. Now, DigiTaka is one of the biggest and the best stocked Japanese tackle websites today, and it covers every single fishing category from super finesse trout stuffs all the way to deep saltwater jigging and tuna stuffs. Now, the website is easy to use. The products are categorized according to the brand names, and their in-stock is pretty accurate, and I have yet to run into a lag where it shows in stock but actually out of stock after I place the order. Almost every single individual page of the product, there is a link to the manufacturer website for that item. This is a great feature. It's like a dictionary for JDM Tackle. Now I go onto DigiTaka, search, and then go to the manufacturer website, much easier than I actually search on Google. Now this is especially convenient for those non-Japanese speakers. Now their price is reasonable among all the JDM sites we're going to cover. Now, if you register as a member, your order will accumulate discount points, and typically about 1% of your order value becomes points you can use toward your future order. And they sometimes post a discount code on Instagram, and also sometimes do those so-called like double points campaign. And then on top of the menu, on the left, there is this wagon sale banner, and this is where you would want to check frequently. DigiTaka does 2 to 3 big sales every year. Something they call inventory cleanup sale, where a lot of stuffs, including rods and reels, are up for sale, discount up to 50%. Now, I got my Osha jigger on their sale this past spring and paid less than 50% of the listed price in the United States. I think that's a pretty good deal. Now, their service is top-notch. I have had one brand new spinning reel start to do those main gear slip before even catching a fish. Now, as soon as I contacted DigiTaka, within 1 day, they responded with a return shipping label for full refund. And not only that, because that happened during the debut season of that specific spinning model, so they also told me they were going to send this defect to the manufacturer so the manufacturer can identify and correct the issue. Now, all the communication is done via on-site message port once you log in. No email hassle. Also very good English, no guessing or misunderstanding during those communications. Now, after the duty exemption went away for the US customers, DigiTaka pay actually about 50% of the US importation duty for each order. As we mentioned in the last video, the duty for importation from Japan is about 15% of the sales value, and then plus the broker fee and other fees. Now, when you place an order on DigiTaka, say $400 worth, you pay 10% of the sale value for importation duty at checkout on the DigiTaka website. In this case, it will be $40, and DigiTaka pay the rest. And for this $400 order, if you are left to deal with duty on your own, you will be assessed about $60 for the actual duty plus $17 for broker fee and about $1.50 for regulatory fee. So a total about $80. So this duty share program will actually save you about $40. If your order is $700, you will save about $54. You can do the math. Now this duty share is regardless of the value of your orders. Now I really like this duty share because it also brought us buyers peace of mind and convenience. Since the duty is paid upfront, your package will be shipped as duty paid. So this means no need to watch out for the carrier's message for duty payment, and your package will never get returned or delayed because you just simply did not see the duty message. And for shipping cost, all their reels ship for free, and you are allowed to add small items to the reel order, and all of that gets free shipping. Now, if you are ordering rods, they need to be individual orders, and you cannot add items to rods. For most of the rods, shipping cost is already included as they state on the website, and so the listed price is usually slightly higher than some of the other websites. For one-piece rods, an oversized charge will incur about $30 each. They do not combine this charge, so if you order 2 rods, even if they ship in 1 tube, you will still pay $60 for that oversized charge. And for rods, they use heavy cardboard tubes. For small item orders, I believe as long as the orders are over $200, it's also free shipping, even if you're not ordering any reels with it. So orders under $200 will incur shipping, and it's not cheap. So be aware of this. Now, I'd rather to fill the order than paying for the shipping, actually. Now, their preparation time is also super fast, actually. For example, I recently placed several orders consisting of more than 40 to 50 small items in each of the orders. It's all about slow pitch jigging stuffs. Now, 2 days to prepare the order, then the package is on the way. So they don't charge any processing fees, and their shipping time is among the fastest of all the Japanese tackle shop online. And typically, it's 2 days from Japan to Northeast US, where I'm located. So they're really good if you want something from Japan really quick. Japan Lure Shop. Now, Japan Lure Shop, or JRS, was my personal favorite to buy freshwater rods and reels before the duty exemption went away, because the list price for rods and reels were among the lowest you can ever find. And some of the items were like 10 to 15% lower than other Japanese websites. Now, JRS does not do big sales, and sometimes you can find some items under this on sale tab. One big trait that I personally really like ordering from them is they always incorporate a little gift with your order, no matter how little your order is. Now, for rods, usually the gift is a hook keeper. For other orders, gifts are typically lures, and not crappy ones. I mean the good ones, like this. This is a Megabus 110 jerk bait, and it's a very good color. It's a GRX cotton. It's a highly sought after color here. And I don't know how many other different like 110s I've got. You got the duck sleepers, and also the evergreen frogs. And those are all coming as a gift from JRS. So last year we did a video about super weedless finesse super brake blade chatterbait from Jaco. The first super brake blade I got was actually a gift from Japan Lure Shop. And that's how I started to use it. Now, every time when I open my package from Japan Lure Shop, it's almost like opening a blind box. So that adds a little bit of fun. And together with the handwritten thank you message inside the box, they all give you a warm feeling how customers are being treated in Japan. Now, JRS does not offer duty share, so you will have to take care of all the duty. They also don't offer free shipping like DigiTaka does. Now, the shipping cost used to be very reasonable though. For reels, I've had as low as $15, and for one-piece rods, it used to be only around 20 to 35 each. However, in the past couple years, the shipping cost has gone up by quite a bit. A one-piece rod now costs $40. Now, you will see the shipping cost at checkout, and you pay the shipping cost with the product all at once. So there is no processing fee or any other guess how much the shipping cost would be. Now, I would say though, their free gift offsets the shipping cost a little bit, so it does make me feel a little bit happier as a customer. The order preparation is usually 1 to 3 business days, and if longer, they will notify you through email. And shipping is typically 2 to 3 days to Northeast US. Now, I feel JRS is not a giant retail site like DigiTaka. Now, they don't carry a lot of items, and the new items are sold out very, very quickly. Now, they do post a new arrival message on Facebook, but if it's some highly sought model like the Evergreen Kaleido rods or Megabus Evolution, they are usually gone within minutes. The communication is done via email and is overall good. The response time is typically 1 day or 2. Now, I have had instances where items were actually out of stock after I placed the order, so you do need to watch out for the email communication even after you place the order. Now, next, let's talk about Plat. Now, Plat is another pretty big online website. I'm not sure if they're as big as DigiTaka, but the variety and amount of products they carry is just enormous. Like DigiTaka, from super finesse freshwater to deep sea stuffs. Now, their price listed are mostly reasonable, not the lowest and not the highest. They frequently put on sales event, summer sales, Christmas sales, which is actually ongoing right now already, and an inventory cleanup sale. So if you know where, when, and how to look, you get pretty good deals. Now, for instance, this Oshia jig motive rods are Shimano's flagship slow pitch jig rods. In the United States, the MSRP is about like $600, and I found one on sale from Plat. I was just a little over $300. Now, they don't pay the import duty. Now, after the duty exemption went away, if you're buying from the US, they now send you a confirmation email asking if you are willing to pay the duty or not. Now, if you say yes, then they will send you a link to the invoice, including shipping. So as far as shipping goes, the biggest difference from DigiTaka and Japan Shop versus the Plat is, now Plat does not show you exactly how much you are going to pay for shipping when you click the order button. They always send you an invoice email after they confirm the order is in stock. And there is no free shipping in most cases. Now, their shipping charge is pretty reasonable. They also charge processing fee. Now, their preparation time after confirmation of the order is usually 1 week, so you are not going to get your package in at least 10 days after you place the order. That's a typical waiting time. Now, although I'm not the biggest fan of not knowing shipping costs at checkout, now I really like using Plat for such an exotic small items, including lures and accessories like those neckties for tie rubbers. Now, if you're looking to get newest model reels and rods for that year in the spring, like every year after Shimano and Daiwa release their newest reels, Plat does accept pre-orders, and they are among the first vendors to actually get the new products in. Their pre-order price is very reasonable. Now, the third edge of Plat, and what really makes it different from other sites, is they actually carry a bunch of specialty tackle for Japanese style fishing, like the isotsuri or the tenkara fishing. Plat is where you can find those really rare items, such as this tenkara rod made by Gamakatsu. So, if you are interested in getting into some totally new Japanese style fishing, Plat might be the place to start. Asian Portal. Now, this is another pretty well-stocked large website, and they offer reasonable price, but their shipping policy and cost has been changing a lot. And honestly, I have not recently ordered any one-piece rods from them, so I couldn't really comment on this part. But previously, they don't really offer combined shipping for one-piece rod. One thing I do want to point out is the package for rods. Now, most of the other Japanese sites actually use either PVC or cardboard tubes for rods. But I have had rods shipped in long rectangle boxes from Asian Portal, which is really not the best for international shipping choices. Now, packages are actually handled with care in Japan, so shipping in boxes might be just okay within Japan. However, it's a wild forest once outside Japan. Now, I hope they have switched to strong tubes for raw packaging. For reels and small items, the shipping is usually fast and reasonable. They don't offer duty share, so it's all on you to take care of all the import duty. They don't charge preparation fee, and they are very fast to get the orders ready. For instance, I recently ordered about 3 dozens of all sorts of lures and jigs. The next day, the package is already accepted by the carrier. That means they've already finished the preparation of the order. Now, I have been particularly using AP for hard-to-find lures, especially those hard-to-find cutters. They stock pretty frequently, and I've had good luck finding the rare items by checking their sites once or twice a week. The JDM Tackle Heaven. Now, it's quite obvious that JDM Tackle Heaven's prices are among the highest in all the websites we cover today. Now, but they are very good at stocking exotic flagships like evergreen clado type of deal, or very hard to find stuffs, and pretty good in pre-order for those flagship items if they are out of stock. Now, for one-piece rods, they do combine shipping to reduce some of the shipping costs for you, and you can see the shipping fee right away in your cart as you are checking out. So no guessing game at all. Now, their preparation time could take a while, usually 5 to 10 business days, but good communication usually via email. Now, JDM does do pretty deep discounted sales event around the US Thanksgiving holidays, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, and I hope they still do this year. This is where you can find Megabus Treasure rods for around $160 or less than $400 stellar, just to name a few. Although their list price is higher than other sites, during their sales event, the final price is actually still much cheaper as long as you could get your hands on some of those hot items. The next one, let's talk about the fishing shop Kiwi. Now, they have local shops in Japan, and they do carry rare items like the landing net shaft or thermal apparels, like high-end jackets and raincoats, and maintenance stuff as well. They also carry a lot of rods and reels. Now, some have very attractive listed price. However, they don't really show you the shipping cost upfront, so you will find out after you place the order. Similar to Plat, they will send you a link for payment, including shipping, 1 or 2 business days after you place the order. Now, their shipping cost is not the cheapest. They also do not do duty share, so you will have to pay for all the import duty yourself. Preparation time is similar to Plat, so you can expect to get your package in about a week after you place the order. The Hedgehog Studio. For folks who likes custom parts for reels and rods, now Hedgehog Studio is a place you don't want to miss. Now, you can find almost any parts for almost any reels, old or new. Now, this site is particularly helpful if you want to restore old reels, change parts, or upgrade original parts like the spool, handle, etc. And you can find lots of spare parts for current model reels as well. So many parts you don't even know they exist. So after browsing through the site, you will get inspired on all the many things you can do with your reels to improve the performance, or simply just to change how your reel actually looks. They do sales around Black Friday, and I have not ordered from them post-August, so I could not comment on the duty part yet. But they prepare orders pretty quickly, and the shipping is 2 days to the East Coast US. Now, there are a couple other sites that I use, but due to time restraint, I won't be able to cover all of them. Now, if there's one particularly good that I missed or I did not cover today, please drop a comment below. Now, as far as the price goes, in general, there's not a site that's the cheapest on every single item. If an item is readily available, I would look it up across multiple sites to compare the prices. Now, if the product is exotic, then usually you would only be able to locate 1 or 2 sources other than the reservation or pre-order services. So really don't have much price option. Another observation is that Japanese manufacturers seem to drop products in waves. So if you see an item finally come back to stock on one site, chances are the same item is in stock on other sites as well, or soon it will be. So remember to always check a few sites if you want to get the best deal, even on rare items. Now also, what we really care about is the final cost, including shipping and duty. So even though you might start with a lower listing price for some reels and rods alone, you can end up well above another site who lists the price slightly higher but offers a lower shipping cost. Now, aside from a price, shipping, duty, and service differences, the main difference of all these sites are in the items they carry. Now, my observation is some websites are particularly good at stocking certain brands. So you do have to be familiar or looking frequently to be able to tell the difference. So this is all for today. Again, I'm not affiliated with any of the names mentioned today. I just hope to provide the observation and some comparison after ordering from all the sites over the years. Now, which one is better or best? You decide. After all, I hope when you are thinking about ordering your next favorite rod or reel from Japan, you know where and how to look. Remember, money cannot buy happiness, but it can buy a lot of fishing gear, which is basically the same thing.